Good morning, my YouTube family. It is your boy Zary from the XMG, coming at you today to give you the buff for noobs. Now, you know what? I was so amped up for a buff, sitting here thinking, and I was like, wait, we got a new character in the game, buff. And I didn't do a noob series. So, put it all together yesterday, shooting it this morning, got my coffee here in my XMG mug, and it is 4:45 a.m. my time. So I didn't do any math in this video, so that's a plus this early in the morning. But just want to give a big shout out again to everybody who came out to the live stream. What a good time that was, and we were able to unlock buff finally, and a lot of RNG based. And I'm going to edit down that live stream just to put it out, so if you want to see the unlock and my reaction, you can do that. And if you're just finding me for the first time and you're liking what you're seeing, click that subscribe button, turn on notifications, all that good stuff that goes along with it. And my XMG family members, you know I love you. So let's get into buff for noobs. So we're going to start our new video like we always do, and we're going to go over the stats. Now, there are 62 playable characters in Dragon Champions at this moment, and he is ranked. You will see his stat, then you will see where he ranks in the overall grand scheme of the game. And we're going to start with speed. Speed, he has a very healthy 151, coming in at 14th in the game. Health, 22,029, ranking 22nd in the game. Shield, 26,174, ranked 21st. Health and shield combination comes in at 48,203, coming in at 21st again. So very higher middle of the pack for health and shield combination. Speed is definitely above average, so very good place to start for his stats. All right, physical damage, 3374. First best physical damage in the game as of right now, so that is huge. Physical armor percent is 32.4, coming in at 22nd, so middle of the pack. Magic armor, 36.58, coming in at 13th, so well above average. Crit chance, 30.63, coming in at 8th in the game. So just the trend continues of being a statistical monster here. Then we have some downfalls. Potency is 1, tied for 58th in the game. Tenacity, 23, tied for 58th in the game. So looking at his stats, what are my takeaways from the stats? He is so well built, minus the potency, which we'll get to in a minute. His overall statistics are just really good. He has great speed, amazing damage and critical chance to start. 1 potency though, man, that sucks. And based on his overall statistics, he should be very survivable. He should be a kind of harder character to kill. There really shouldn't be a lot of problem there. But we're going to jump over to his move kit. We're going to talk a little bit about that, see if these stats impact his move kit. So let's get into that. Alright, so buff, the demon, tactician, rogue, and leader. Got some tags in there, definitely can help you out. So let's take a look at his first move. First move is called Paralyzing Dart. Deals 250 physical damage to an enemy, 30% chance to decrease the target's turn meter by 30%. So we have physical damage, which he's first in the game in, so that is a huge plus. Then we have a 30% chance to decrease the target's turn meter by 30%. Definitely going to need potency there, though. So the 1 potency already rearing its ugly head, and he has to go through the double potency tenacity check on the paralyzing dart. Second ability, Dice Throw, applies 8 debuffs to random allies and inflicts 8 debuffs on random enemies. Possible buffs include damage increase, armor increase, haste, dodge increase, accuracy increase, potency increase, tenacity, crit chance, crit damage, taunt, invisibility, counterattack, cheat death, debuff immunity, all for 2 turns. Possible debuffs: damage decrease, armor decrease, slow, potency decrease, tenacity decrease, ability block, blind, daze, healing block, buff immunity for 2 turns, or stun for 1 turn. So when it comes to this dice throw, there's some things we need to understand. Our buffs are always going to stick. There is no potency tenacity check when you're applying a buff. It's just going to stick. And it is very RNG dependent on what you're going to get. Now, if the taunt goes on the wrong person, it could screw you. But you could get counterattack, cheat death, so there's a lot of pluses in there. But when it comes to the debuffs, you're going to go through one of the potency tenacity checks, and he has 1 potency. So again, we're seeing the theme of potency rearing its ugly head, and they could resist that effect being put on. So you really, really need some potency on this character from what we're seeing so far. Third ability is called Tactical Advantage. Buff swaps his turn meter with the target ally. He removes 2 debuffs from both himself and the ally. Both gain a potency increase for 2 turns and recovers 25% of their health. So we're seeing something new in here. Now he's going to swap turn meter. So obviously you have full turn meter because you're going right now. So you're going to give that person kind of an instant turn, right? He's dispelling, which is awesome. 2 debuffs being removed. And then you're gaining a potency increase for 2 turns to yourself and that other person, so that is big, giving him some additional potency. Then you're recovering 25% of their health. If he is going to be, on a team, more base health means they heal themselves for longer, so he's kind of got like a passive heal in there. So that is a really, really solid move. Dancing with Death, passive ability. Increases dodge by 666% for each living demon in the party. So we're seeing the demon theme with the number of the beast and each living demon in the party. So you definitely, and I'm going to talk about this a little bit later, but he does have some plug and play viability. He is a very good character, but he really shines with demons by his side, and this also screams some more Doom synergy. When more Doom drops those demons, that'll help him out. And as we know, dodge is always worse for the computer for some reason, and I don't know why. Leadership ability, We Are Legion. Increases the speed of all allied demons by 30% and their tenacity by 30%. A 33% chance to decrease the target's turn meter by 16.66% when attacking. So people who are paired with him are going to want higher potency so they can remove that turn meter. Tenacity is seen. Now tenacity is a tricky thing versus potency, and you need a lot of it for resistance, and the increase to tenacity is a plus, so possibly looking at some secondary stats there. So looking at the overall takeaways from his move kit, we're definitely going to have to put some extra potency on this guy. He's reducing turn meter on his basic. His leadership gives the chance to reduce turn meter, right? He has where he can put on all those debuffs on his dice throw. So the higher potency we have, the less chance we have of that getting resisted. So definitely want to add some potency to him. He has turn meter manipulation. He's not only feeding his turn meter to your allies, he's also reducing turn meter, which we touched on. He has passive heals, so he can heal for 25% of their health. So that is a lot. And that is super nice and can be helpful in matches. He can dispel. There's only a handful of dispellers in this game, and he is one of them, and that is awesome. And then I put demons. You're going to want to run him with demons. Now, he does have plug and play viability. He can be used in other teams, but a leadership with 30% speed, you're going to want that. So that is just absolutely exceptional. And pairing him with demons, he just shines and can be everything you want this character to be. So now we're going to talk about runes, and Buff has some options for runes. Now he has the best physical damage in the game to start. He has very good speed to start. Now you want Buff to go fast, right? But he's got a pretty solid base speed, so there's a couple different options that I would recommend. And one is either you put a 4 set of speed on there and make him go much faster, or you can put damage, so you can build him for a damage team, or you can build him for speed. And then for the seconds, you know, those 2 slots, you're going to want to put potency in there or health to increase his overall survivability. And I say health simply because he's recovering health based off their health. But the more health he has, the more survivable he is. So my recommendation is speed and potency, which I'll get into in a little bit. Now when it comes down to the room primaries in the north, obviously we have to put damage. Northeast, you want speed. Southeast, we have to put the armor. South, you have to think about how you want to build. Now you could go crit chance to increase his already well crit chance. You could go critical damage, but most of his moves he's not really attacking. So it's up to you. I mean, you could put crit damage there, and people will probably say that you should. And I would not knock you if you did. You could put a damage primary in there, already increasing his phenomenal damage, and then you could put health in there as well. The Southwest, you got the option of health and shield. My recommendation is health. And then in the Northwest, you could put damage if you're going for a damage build, or you could put potency in there just to give him even more potency. Then in the secondaries, how you want to prioritize your secondaries is you want to look for speed, because the faster he goes, the more often he's swapping the turn meter, he's putting on those debuffs and buffs, more chance to reduce turn meter. Then you want damage in there, so when he does attack, you're already doing way better damage than you are on with his first best damage in the game. Potency, obviously, you want to just stack as much potency to make sure those debuffs stick, so you're reducing the turn meter. Tenacity, because it is in his kit where he gets 30% more tenacity, so the more tenacity he has, the more you're getting. And then you're going to look for anything with survivability, just to make sure he stays on the battlefield. So we're going to jump over to my buff right now. I'm going to put the runes on that I've found. Now remember, we're using the 2 or the 3 dot blue runes for him, and we'll go from there. So what I went for is the speed potency build. I find this to be way more effective than the damage build, but you know, I was able, because of his very good high damage and high starting speed, I could get him with secondaries right around like 190 speed with 3 dot blue runes. So it's not bad, and I was able to get his physical damage up to about 4k. So, you know, a little bit below that. So right in that area. So definitely is a strong possibility. But I went with the speed potency set. I just find it way more beneficial for his kit and his overall usage. So we're going to jump into the runes, take a look at them so you can see what I have. Now obviously we want damage in the northern rune. I have secondaries of health, speed, potency, and armor. Went for speed in the northeastern rune with health, damage, potency, and armor. Armor in the southeastern rune with damage, critical chance, speed, and tenacity. Then I went for health here because I had a blue rune here that rolled 11 speed. So I would prefer the damage, critical chance as the primary, but when I had 11 speed roll, I gotta go with that. And damage, armor, and armor. Then I went for health again with tenacity, speed, armor, and critical chance. And then in the northwestern, I put the potency on there because the extra 19.5% potency is a really helpful buff to him. With armor, I have the damage percent. Then I have speed of 6 and armor. So let's see what it did to his stats. We were able to bring up his physical damage 207 to 3581. Critical chance up 3.26% up to 33.89. Then we have His health up 1826 to 23,855. Armor, physical armor up 4.46% to 36.87%. Magic armor up 5.73% up to 42.3%. Shield we did not touch, so that's still at 26,174, and we are looking at right around 50k health and shield combination after runes, so that is huge for his survivability. Speed we brought up 80 to 231. That is just awesome. Potency we were able to bring up 38.52%, so that brings it up to 39.52%. So pretty happy there with what we did with this potency. And then tenacity we brought up 2.5% up to 25.5%. So my overall takeaways on Buff is he's at his best with demons and more doom by his side, but there are different ways to build him, and if you invest the time based on the team comp and your current leadership, definitely can be beneficial. And if you watch the live stream, I talked a lot about RNG, and there's so much RNG that goes into his kit. Now, he's going to be successful 90% of the time, but you're going to have that 10% of the time where the RNG doesn't go in your favor. You put taunt on the wrong person, none of his debuff sticks, or worse, debuffs go up. So he does have a lot of RNG in his kit. Make him fast. Even if you go for the damage build, you want as much speed as you can in the secondary stats, because he's reducing the turn meter on his basic, he's feeding turn meter, he's putting up the debuffs and the buffs to your team, so you want to make him as fast as you possibly can. He is a legendary champion 100%. He's a 330 unlock, but in the grand scheme of things, he is a legendary character. There isn't a mode in this game he could not be used in. He's going to be amazing for Battlegrounds. He is going to work in the raids because of his turn meter reduction. He is going to be awesome for PvE content because 30 speed to demons, just awesome. And he's going to be a meta character. Even if he's plug and play, he's going to be a meta character for a very long time. So he's just an exceptional overall well-built character. So as always, there is the buff for noobs, and there you're going to see a fight afterwards where I fight a very stacked pride team, and you'll see the results. He is just phenomenal, and you're going to see a lot of mirror matches with buff, and it's really going to come down to RNG and speed with buff. Now, he is an amazing character, and if you didn't get him, that's okay, because there's plenty of people out there that didn't or isn't going to, so it's not the end-all be-all, but you're definitely going to want to gear your pride for this character because he is just exceptional. So there it is, my YouTube family. There is the buff for noobs, and I hope you all like this. Let me know in the comments down below, how are you building your buff? Are you building him for damage? Are you building him for speed? Are you going potency, critical chance? I wouldn't recommend that option because I think where he sits with potency based on where we have him is pretty good. But let me know in the comments down below. And as always, if you're just finding me for the first time and you're liking what you're seeing, click that subscribe button, turn on notifications, all that good stuff that goes along with it. With that being said, I'm going to jump over to the battle and leave you with that. I love you all. I'll see you in the next one. I'm out.